Football Coaches Show on Ktor the Tornado. I am Mike Dudas from Ktor the Tornado from the Anita Martini Radio Studio. And this week we have a studio full of special guests of football players from the team. So we've pushed the coaches aside for this special edition of Tornado Football. So let's just go down the line and start introducing everyone. What is your name?
My name is Phabion Jobe.
Phabion Jobe. Okay, Phabion, let's talk about you. What grade are you in?
11.
You're in 11th grade, so you're a junior. What small learning community are you in?
I'm in INE.
INE, all right. So you've been in INE since you've been a freshman?
You know, since I've been a sophomore.
Oh, sophomore. So you changed community?
No, I just last year's my first year here.
Oh, okay. So this is your second year at ball, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what is your favorite class at ball?
That would be anatomy and physiology.
Anatomy and physiology. I can even say the physiology.
Yeah.
Okay. And what class is your most challenging? Maybe not necessarily the one you don't like, but the one that you really have to try your hardest at.
Anatomy and physiology.
Okay, so it's your favorite, but it's your most challenging too, right?
Yeah.
All right. So with the football team, you're on the varsity, right?
Yes, sir.
And what position do you play?
Cornerback.
Cornerback. Okay. So when you're a cornerback, explain that position.
Well, this position is difficult, so you got to read the wide receiver and stay back in your coverage.
So cornerback is if you're reading the wide receiver, so you're on the defense, right?
Yes, sir.
And is this your first or second year on the varsity?
First.
First year. Okay. So last year, I'm assuming you played, right? And you were on JV?
Yes, sir.
So what's the difference between JV and varsity? Like your feel this year, how is it different from last year?
Varsity is way faster than JV. And
So when you mean way faster, what does that mean?
like the tempo is way faster than what it was on JV.
Okay, so things are just moving really quick, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so explain to us, tell us what your average day of practice is. So I'm assuming you're in the football period, right? Fifth period.
Yes,
Then
sir.
after school, you go immediately out to the field house.
Yes, sir.
And so explain the normal routine, what goes on.
Well, the fifth period, we lift weights. Then after school, we go change, watch video, watch film, and then we go out there to the field practice.
All right, so game day, do you have any specific game day rituals or superstitions?
No, I just listen to music and eat food.
Listen to music and eat food. Okay, so you eat, and on the bus you just listen. Do you try and just like get in your zone, listen to music, and?
Yes, sir.
I know. I've talked to a lot of football players or even athletes. They always kind of have a ritual or whatever. So, so your answer is if you had a ritual that basically it is listening to music, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what do you think about the season so far?
We're doing pretty good, better than what people think we should be doing right now.
All right. So we have 2 games left, and at this point, every game is important, right? Because we want to get into the playoffs, right?
Yes, sir.
Squeak into that, or just move, hopefully, in the 3rd position, or if not, in the 4th position, too. But probably better to be in the 3rd position, right?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm assuming that when the brackets fall, if we finish in 4th place, we're really playing the toughest team, right? First. Yeah. And, once you get out of district, it gets harder, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so next down the line, I believe, is Austin Lawrence. All right, and Austin, you are what grade?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior, all right. And what small learning community are you in?
I'm in INE.
INE also. Okay, and what is your favorite class in school right now?
Football.
Football, okay, all right. And what class is the most challenging that you really have to work hard at?
Greek mythology.
Greek mythology, and that's with Mr. Carpenter, right? So,
Yes,
so what part of that? What makes you have to work hard? Is because is it a lot of reading?
A lot of reading, and it's just like poems, and I'm not good at poems.
You have to like interpret, and sometimes you go, "What does that word mean?" or that type of thing.
Yes, sir.
All right, so so you've been how many years have you been on the varsity team?
3 years.
3 years. Wow, congratulations. What is your biggest advice for being a senior for freshmen that are currently in the program and maybe 8th graders that will be here next year wanting to play football?
Just hit the weight room and work hard every day.
And all y'all say the weight room. Why is the weight room so important?
Because if you don't take the weight room seriously, you're not going to get bigger and faster, and all the other teams are getting bigger and faster.
All right, so bigger, faster, stronger, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're one of these guys, you play multiple sports, right?
Yes, sir.
So you play baseball also.
Yes, sir.
So how is your routine, workout routine, practice routine, how's it different between baseball and football? What would you say the biggest difference is?
There's really no difference. Whatever you do in football, it carries over into baseball. Like baseball carries over into football too, because your eye coordination, it just carries over.
And I'm assuming in baseball you hit the weight room too, right?
Yes, sir.
To get strong and be able to drive the ball. How
Yes,
about those Astros? You're following the Astros, right?
Yes, sir.
This is being recorded Tuesday morning, so we're all eagerly anticipating the game tonight. So hopefully by the time everyone listens to this, we've won the World Series and we're celebrating the crazy series so far, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so moving on down the line, next we have...
Michael Fox.
Okay, and what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior, all right. And what small learning community are you in?
STEM.
STEM, okay. Oh, you're one of those STEM kids, right? So what is your most favorite class? What is your favorite class?
I'll say pre-cal right now.
Good answer. So you're one of those math kids, right? So you like math?
Not really, but the teacher just make it interesting.
Makes it interesting, so that's always good. So sometimes the hardest class can be the most fun class if you have an interesting teacher, right?
Yes, sir.
And what is your most challenging class?
I'll say engineering.
Engineering, all right. Who do you have for engineering?
Mr. Massey.
Okay, Mr. Massey, all right. So he's a robotics teacher too, right? So
Yes,
do you do any robotics in that class or just
No.
engineering?
Just engineering. It's a new class.
So you don't play with the robots or whatever? That's a whole nother
Yeah,
class,
that's
right? All right, so we established you're a senior, and how many years have you been on the varsity team?
2 years.
2 years, and what position do you play?
Free safety.
Free safety, and what does a free safety do?
He's mostly like a safety guy, but on the weak side, helping out, playing deep, no passes over his head or behind him, just keeping everything in front safe.
All right, and being a senior, what is your big advice for freshmen, and especially 8th graders coming in next year that want to join the football team? What's your biggest advice to them?
My biggest advice is keeping your grades, because if you want to further the sport in a higher level, you got to keep your grades up.
Because no pass, no play, right?
No pass, no play.
So I'm assuming you all are sitting here, so continuing, so you're keeping your grades up and everything, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, and where do you plan to go to college? What are your plans after high school?
I'm not sure what college yet, but I know what I want to major in, which is civil engineering.
Civil engineering, okay.
Mhm.
But you're looking at, I'm probably obviously looking at several places too, right?
Yes, sir.
And hopefully people are looking at you too, right?
Yes, sir.
So always kind of like to kind of get that phone call or knock on your door, coach or school wants to talk to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there any particular place that you really, really, really want to go to?
I'll say U of H.
U of H, and they have a good engineering
Yes, they do.
school, and you would do really well there too. All right, so Austin, if you could step back up to the microphone where Michael is, because I forgot to ask you a couple of questions, being a senior. First of all, Austin, what position do you play on the team?
I play strong safety.
Okay, and what does the strong safety do?
The strong safety, he stays over the top of everything. He reads the tackle for runner pass and is a run supporter.
All right, and being a senior, what are your aspirations after high school, college-wise?
I'm not sure yet. Hopefully get a scholarship somewhere.
Okay, in one of the sports, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so, okay, good. All right, and our last player we have as a guest today is...
Rodrick Hockley.
Okay, Roger, and
Rodrick.
what... I'm sorry?
Rodrick.
Rodrick, okay, I'm sorry. And what small learning community are you in?
INE.
INE, all right, and what is your favorite class?
Pre-cal.
Pre-cal, all right, and what is the class that's most challenging that you really have to work hard at?
Pre-cal.
Pre-cal, all right, okay, and what position do you play?
Cornerback.
Cornerback, okay, and what does a cornerback do?
They control the passes, make sure nothing deep and outside the edge.
All right, and what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
Oh, a senior, okay, and how many years have you been on the varsity team?
2.
2 years, all right, and what is your advice to freshmen or the young guys coming up? What's the biggest piece of advice you can give them?
Don't rush anything.
Don't rush anything. What does that mean?
You're not gonna come in and just start. You have to take your time and learn.
Right. You're not going to come in and be the top player or whatever. And got to earn it, work hard at it, that type of thing.
Yes, sir.
All right. So as we kind of wrap up, let's just go back down the line again. Austin, if you could step back up to the microphone. Give a shout out to whoever you want to. We'll let you give. This will be your big chance to give a shout out to someone you want to get. It can be to anyone, anything.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you're first.
Shout out to Black Ops and shout out to Big O.
Okay, all right. Next, on down the line.
Shout out to my mama.
Okay.
We take care.
All right, they'll make her proud. All right.
Yeah.
All right, next. You can give a shout out to
Johnny Lee.
Johnny Lee. Okay, give a shout out to Johnny Lee. And finally,
Shout out to Drew the Mover.
all right, okay, all right. I can see good things within you all, and I think you all have a very bright future, so keep up the good hard work, and just remember to always work hard, and the opportunities will always be there. And my biggest advice to all of you all, when opportunity comes along, knocks on the door, take advantage of it, because if you don't, sometimes that opportunity doesn't come back around again, and you'll kick yourself and going, why didn't I take advantage of that? So just stay focused and stay out of trouble, and whatever, then good things will always come to you. Coach O, do you have anything to say? You want to step up to the microphone and just give a shout out to these guys? I appreciate you bringing them all here to the studio today.
Oh, not a problem. I'd like to give a big shout out to our athletic department, all the sports, to the coaching staff, to the administration here at Ball High School, and to you, Mr. Dudas, with Ktor, the radio. Without you, these guys' voices and thoughts and their future would not be heard across the radio airs, and this gives their family and friends a chance to hear them on air as well.
All right, I thank you for it. All right, thank you to everyone for listening, and good luck on the game on Saturday. We play Saturday night, right? Y'all are probably happy it's a night game, right, at that stadium.
Yes,
How
sir.
brutal was it when we played that day game when it was so hot?
Really,
I know.
It got hotter because we lost.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Hotter more ways than one, I know. I know it's a beautiful stadium, but it's all concrete, no shade, right? So at least for us to be a Saturday night, may not be all that cool, but at least the sun will be gone and be nice. So hopefully the conditions will be much better for you all. All right, good luck, and we'll talk to everyone again next week on the Tornado Football Coaches Show.
Come over here somewhere. Oh, yeah, I don't.
Right here behind
Oh, wow. Fantastic signature.
Come on, mine's on video too. Mine will go up here.
You gotta give him your ticket, though.
Right, H.
She is the first female sports reporter allowed in a male locker room.
Did you from Galveston?
And she's from Galveston. And she she was big on sports and TV in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. So all those female sports reporters you see on TV, they owe it to her, because she's the first one that they allow female in the sports locker room, because that wasn't allowed. And it happened in the Astrodome too, when the Astros were playing the Dodgers, and the Dodgers clinched the pennant and they let her in. So it was interesting because the hometown team didn't let her in, but they did. Yeah. So.
So the Dodgers.
And that's actually her signature, too, that they made into the sign for her. So this is called Nita Martini Radio Studio now.
All right, 2, 3.